Oh, man, I said before the game, look, I predicted a draw. And this isn't about saying, I told you so. But it proves that it doesn't really do anything for us. We don't feel great with a draw, even though, especially being 1-0 up. And you know what? For how as good Arsenal are on the attack, it didn't really hurt us. Yeah, I had 2 points dropped for you. Like, we were there, we were sitting ducks, mate. You should have beat us today. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Arsenal fans not happy. And, you know, going 1-0 up, I have to say, in the context of the game when there wasn't much in it, we only had like 2 shots by that time, was obviously a positive, but I didn't look at it at half-time and think, do you know what, we're going to come out the traps in the second half and go and get the second. It was exactly the opposite. We allowed Arsenal to come on top of us. I want to go, before I talk about the second half, I want to talk about how we set up. Lingard again in the 10 instead of Pereira. Pereira's out on the right. I thought he struggled in the first half, and everything was going down Daniel James's side. We had Axel Tuanzebe at left back, and I think that was to cope with Pepe. So fair play to Ollie on that, because I thought Rojo would have been in there. So that was obviously a positive, and he had a fantastic game up until his mistake, which we'll touch on when I talk about the second half. But there wasn't much quality in the first half. I thought that we wasn't very good on the ball. We kept giving away the ball. But so did Arsenal, but we were defensively sound. We were comfortable. I didn't feel as if Arsenal were about to turn us inside out and lay siege to the goal. I thought Pereira had some good footwork, to be fair, off the right-hand side, which was his one bright spot of the first half, and forced a good save from Leno. And then there was nothing really in it. The goal kind of came, again, after a counter-attack. And what I will say, it just proves how important Daniel James is to us. Yes, he overhit the pass to Rashford, but it was him who obviously got into that position and travelled well with the ball, and it was from Arsenal's corner. So, you know, that's their defensive frailties being exposed. But I think I didn't see anything that surprised me in that first half. We saw a first half where we struggled to create chances. We were okay on the ball, but we wasn't clinical. We wasn't really doing anything. Defensively, okay. Aubameyang didn't really have anything. I don't think Saka was getting in. Pepe had a couple of shots here and there, but nothing too deep. I thought we were very comfortable. We get the goal, and I've got to say, Scott McTominay, man, on him, I thought he had a very good game. I thought he was everywhere, and it was a good goal. It took a little bit of a deflection, but who cares, man? Straight in the top corner, and that put us into a perfect position at half-time. Perfect time to score. No excuses today. You score just before half-time. It's usually very demoralising for the team that's just conceded. And Arsenal do that a lot. They concede a lot of goals, either on the stroke of half-time, at the end of games, or just at the beginning of the second half. They do that. And we managed to do that to them. Can we come out and assert ourselves and get a second goal? Can we do it? No, we couldn't. We allowed ourselves to sit back. We allowed Arsenal to grow in confidence. And Tuanzebe, I do feel it for him. It's the only mistake he made all game. And it ends up with a goal. And that is what it's like with Aubameyang. That is what happens. One chance, one goal. You know what's going to happen. And I haven't seen it back, but obviously VAR has checked it, so we can't complain about the offside. There were some people complaining that the flag went up, so it made De Gea stop and stuff. I don't want to hear any of that shit, man. You play to the whistle. Everyone knows that, especially with offsides, they've all been briefed that if the flag goes up, the play's going to still continue. You know, they're checking goals afterwards. We know this is going to happen. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about the flag went up and it made the players stop and all that. Nah, you play to the whistle, and Aubameyang does what Aubameyang does. He did nothing all game, but he pops up and scores, and that's what happens when you have an absolutely clinical, world-class striker. Rashford, look, I said before the game, driving up here when the early team news was coming in, if Rashford plays over Mason Greenwood, even if he's fit, I'm saying, Ollie, he made the wrong decision. For me, he's playing out of form. Not only is he out of form, he's clearly coming back from an injury. Mason Greenwood deserves a start. I don't want to hear this. He's too young and we have to be patient with him. And he's our most informed striker right now. He is. He should have started the game. And I thought Ollie bottled that a bit. I thought that decision to play Rashford stunk. It smelt a little bit of just trying anything to get Rashford back so he didn't have to play Greenwood. I don't know. I didn't really like that for me. Fred came on as well at the same time as Mason Greenwood and already kind of proved why he should be playing there, to be honest. I don't know why he keeps playing him, like not starting him in games. We keep seeing that when the changes are made, Pogba went forward as well. Why are we playing Pogba so deep? I don't understand. In the glimpses of Pogba last season in that 3-month patch where he was banging, he was playing further forward. And it's like, because the shit's hit the fan, Ollie's reverted back to bad tactics and bad personnel choices. So for me, look, I'm still not going to say, Ollie out and all. This isn't about that. This was about seeing the same thing over and over again. And look, people are saying that we might not even beat Newcastle. Is that peak? You know, they just got slapped 5-0 by Leicester. But today, I kind of feel, although I expected us to draw the game because I predicted it, being 1-0 up, I see it definitely is 2 points drop. Some people are saying it's 2 points drop for Arsenal, but they were losing the game at half-time. You know, the onus was on us to go and grab that second, and we failed to do it. We made a mistake. And I know it can seem harsh because it was one mistake, and then even after that, we kicked off from that goal, and they nearly scored straight away. I think it was Harry Maguire who blocked it, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like it's 2 points drop for us. We had a perfect opportunity to beat Arsenal, considering how bad we've been, considering what our predictions were, considering we thought we'd come here and they would come here and put us to the sword. We're 1-0 up at half time, and for me, if we have better game management and more creativity, then we could go on to win it. I know it's difficult because Axel's made a mistake there and we've been punished, but from there, we did work Leno a couple of times. I have to say, Harry Maguire with an uncharacteristic shot, he forced a good save. Marcus Rashford with a free kick, uncharacteristically on target. So to sum it all up, I wasn't surprised by anything I saw today. It was pretty much how I thought it would be. Not much in it, not a huge amount of quality, but we have to score in the periods, in the moments. And when we had the moments, we scored on one of them. And then when we had the other periods where we were on top, because I felt like after sort of 5 to 10 minutes after they scored, once we settled down after the first little scare we had, when Maguire deflected it over the bar for a corner, I felt like we did settle down and we did try to force the issue, but the quality just wasn't there. It just wasn't clicking. It just wasn't there. And I'm just not surprised. I keep saying it every single match reaction. It feels like we can just leave the same broken record on. It does, and I can just walk off, put a green screen, change the background each game and just do this, because that's what it's going to be this season. People are still waiting for Ollie to show some direction, show some progression. I'm still ready and willing to give him that time. I really am, until it gets real dire straits. So I don't know if Ollie's going to be the right man. I don't know if he's going to be able to turn this around, but I'm certainly not saying get rid of him now anyway. On to Newcastle. Well, on to AZ actually, which will be a tough game out there in Den Haag. It's not even in Rotterdam. I think it's not even in their stadium where it should be. Their roof collapsed. So can we go out there and get a win? And most importantly, can we come out of there unscathed with no injuries? Because any more injuries to this squad, and we really are going to be flat on our ass. Big shout out to Tuin Zabi though, man. Playing in at left back, I thought he was excellent. Scott McTominay, I thought was good. And Pereira, to be fair, I give him a lot of stick for playing on the right, which isn't his fault. I just don't think he's the right winner. I thought in the second half, he was very good, personally. Yeah, so onwards and, I'd love to say upwards, but it feels like just onwards. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.